Namaste. Greetings to all. Welcome to another edition of No Quitting Here, baby. No quitting here. We got a lot to cover this week. It's one of those pillars of the foundation for motivation, okay? For that inner motivation that comes from inside of you, okay? So 2 weeks ago, we started to touch on the first pillar of self-effort. That's the gross body of the human being. So this week, we're going to touch on the subtle body of the human being, the mind and the intellect, okay? The self-will that propels the motivation in a human being, okay? So this self-will, you can push to 180%, okay? 180%, you can max out on self-will. And as we spoke about with self-effort, you have to get that other 180% because you got to complete the circle. It has to be complete. So we need 180% coming from somewhere else. This 180% in these subtle bodies comes from nature and the universe, existence, all this energy that's subtle that people speak about but don't really see, don't really know where it comes from. The energy that you got to have faith in, okay? It's real. It's a real energy. And when we are giving our 180%, the universe, the nature comes through and matches this energy with the 180% on that side, which completes the circle. So now with self-will, the reason why we can give 180 over the 120, because it's more subtle. So it's not physical. It's not as hard to move, okay? So the subtle compared to the gross, the best way to kind of to narrow that down, let's say right here, what you see, the biggest thing that you see in this screen right now would be me in this building behind me, okay? These are gross. You see these things. But really what's really prevailing, the biggest thing in here is just space. That's subtle. Most people don't really see this. Most people don't really know about the subtleties. And then you ask a person, where's your mind at? Where's your intellect at? You can't point them out. They're very subtle. These are very subtle aspects. So you can push when you concentrate these. When you put these in sync and you give 180%, all the universe and nature responds to that. So with that said, you can push it to 180%. You can possibly go slightly over for a little bit of time. But if you go over that 180% too long, you will start to mentally break down. And we see this in people, depressions and all sorts of mental things that they're going through. They have forgotten about that other 80%, that other 180%. They have no faith. They don't know about the other subtle bodies, that other subtle things that need to come together with your effort to make that completion. You cannot complete the circle by yourself. No human being is an island. No human being does nothing by themselves, ever. You do not breathe by yourself. No human being has freaking made their heart beat. No human being has made air to do anything. So you need other aspects of the universe, nature, from people to bring together anything, okay? So self-will, if you go past the 180% that you can give, that you want to max out with, the mind will start to break down. Depression, all sorts of mental diseases come through. But also what happens is that self-centered ego starts to think, I do this, it's me, I'm superior, I'm powerful, I'm all powerful. No one wants to be around this selfishness, this self-centeredness, this egocentric personalities. Nobody wants to be around that. It's detrimental to your goal. It's detrimental to your success when you start to push past 180 in the self-will. Okay, so we just started to touch on the two pillars. If you have not seen 2 weeks ago self-effort, please go back and touch on that. Build on that, because these are the 2 pillars of motivation, and we will be touching on these throughout the rest of my videos and talks, because I can empower you, I can inspire you, but you have to motivate yourself. And through that motivation, you're going to need self-effort, and you're going to need self-will. You're going to need to know what these things are, and you're going to need to know how to use them to your benefit. All right. Oh man, so much love, so much love. Health, peace, prosperity, blessings to all. Namaste.